So today we are going to do some weaving. So I'm starting, I have 6 strands of this orange thread in my needle, and I haven't separated them, so I've left them together. Um, Not for any particular reason, just feeling a little bit lazy today. I think the weaving doesn't make a huge difference whether you separate or not, but you can always try both ways and see what you prefer. So in this square here, my orange thread I'm going to use to make lines coming down the square. Okay, so I'm coming up on that top edge and I'm going to lay the thread flat to make sure that I have it straight. And I'm just going to go in the point there. And then I want them to be an equal distance apart. So you can decide yourself how close you want them. So I'm just going from the bottom back up to the top. And again, from the top to the bottom. And last one. Okay, so just gonna do my stab stitches there, and then I'm gonna come in with another piece of thread. So I'm gonna use a different color. I think I'll use some green, and I'll do the next step. So I'll just pause while I go do that. Okay, so I have my green thread in here now, and with my green I'm going to be going from side to side rather than up and down. And again, you can decide how far apart or close together you want, depending on the kind of look you're going for, but you can decide that on whichever project you're doing. So to weave, I've just come up on the side here, and we're going to go through the kind of bars that I have vertically there, but we're going to go over and under them. Okay, so you're going to constantly alternate between over and under, and so we're going to go over that first bar, but you're going to just slide your needle under that second bar and pull your thread through it, and again over and then under. Okay, and you just want to pull that so it's fairly straight again. And I'm going to go down on this side and up again a little bit further down, and going back the other way. So we want to alternate from what we did on that previous row. So with this bar, I went under it last time. Excuse me. I went under it the last time, so I'm going to go over it this time and under the next one. And again, over and then under. So you can angle your needle however you like, whatever is easiest for you to do. And again, down there. Okay, so this is pretty spread out at the moment for you to be able to see this nice and easy. So you can do it much closer if you like, but you can sort of start to see the effect I'm getting there. So again, back the other way. So this line is going to be the same as our first line, and it's going to be the opposite of the second line. Okay, so where we went over and then we went under, this time we're going over and under and over and under. And you can just use your needle to kind of straighten up those threads as well. Sometimes they get a little pushed out of place. Okay, and again. So I'm going over and under and over and under. Again, pulling so that they all sit nicely and down. So you can see it sort of gives that kind of basket weave effect. So again, over and under and over and under. Okay, and I'll just finish off there. So that's how it looks when it's pretty spread out. Okay, so you can see exactly what I was doing there. I'm going to go back and take out the green and do it again and show you the difference when it is much closer together. Okay, so I'll just do that. Okay, so I still have my 4 bars of the orange in there, and coming up with my green, I'm going over, under, as I did before. Going down there. Now, depending on how close you want them to be together, you can either come up on the same side, but if they're very close, it will probably be easier to come up on the other side. Okay, kind of like your stem stitch when they're very close. Okay, here's a rogue bit of thread. Just get that out of the way. Okay. So if you're going from the opposite side, or rather the same side, so opposite to what we did first, if you're going from the same side, you're going to be doing the opposite of what that first row did. So I went over there, so I'm going to go under, over, under, over. Okay. I'm pushing that up nice and close and down again on the other side. Up again. This way also might be easier if it's kind of easier for you to go from the left to the right or from the right to the left, depending on how you find it. So again, doing the opposite to the line before. And pushing that up nice and close. And again, under, over, under, over. And just gently pushing up with your needle, just so that it sits in place nicely. Okay, so you can see this when they're closer together is much more of a kind of basket weave effect. So depending on how close you make them, you can almost make the orange lines almost disappear. But totally depends on the look you're going for. And of course, you can do all of this in the one color. So rather where I've done orange and green and they really stand out from each other, that's more to just show you so you can see what I'm doing properly. But if I was to do them all green, those vertical lines wouldn't stand out quite as much. So I'm just going to continue that as far as I can with this piece of thread, but I think you kind of get the idea. So that is your weaving. So as I said, you can kind of decide yourself how close you want things, how far apart you want them. You could do those vertical lines much closer together as well if you wanted. Totally depends on the look that you're going for in whatever your project you're doing. So I'll just kind of bring that a little bit closer to the camera, let you see different sort of angle. Okay, so have fun with your weaving. The next tutorial I'll do will be kind of similar. It will be some more weaving, but it'll be with a little bit of a twist to it. Okay, so enjoy that one. Hope you get on all right with it, but if you have any questions, do let me know.